The inheritance. The old Victorian mansion loomed over the hills like a forgotten relic, its Gothic spires clawing at the stormy sky. For years, the Blackwood family had been whispered about in town, never spoken of directly, only in hushed tones over coffee or behind closed doors. But now, the last living heir, Daniel Blackwood, stood at the iron gates, keys in hand, staring at the home he had inherited. Daniel had never known his grandparents. His father had severed all ties with the Blackwoods before Daniel was even born, taking the family's secrets to his grave. The only thing left behind was a single letter, delivered by a lawyer with cold, emotionless eyes. You are the last of the Blackwood bloodline. The house is yours. But beware, some doors are better left unopened. The wind howled as Daniel stepped inside, the door creaking ominously behind him. Dust swirled in the dim light, and the air smelled of aged wood and something else, something metallic, like old blood. His footsteps echoed through the hollow halls as he explored. Portraits of stern-faced ancestors lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow him. At the end of the hallway, a single door stood slightly ajar. Unlike the others, it was locked, but the key from the lawyer's envelope fit perfectly. Inside was a study, untouched by time. A mahogany desk sat in the center, and on it lay a leather-bound journal. The first page bore his grandfather's handwriting. If you are reading this, then you have returned to Blackwood Manor. What I am about to tell you cannot be undone. Our family is not what it seems. Daniel's hands trembled as he turned the page. The next words sent a chill down his spine. We do not bury our dead. We hide them. A sudden bang came from downstairs. Daniel jumped, the journal slipping from his grasp. Someone, or something, was in the house, and it was waiting for him. The whispering walls. Daniel froze, listening. The sound had come from the foyer, a heavy thud, like something had been knocked over. His pulse pounded in his ears as he crept toward the staircase, gripping the banister. The grand chandelier swayed slightly, though there was no wind inside. The front door was still shut. No footprints in the dust. Hello. His voice echoed, unanswered. Then, a whisper. Faint, almost imperceptible, but there. A voice, murmuring from the walls themselves. Daniel pressed his ear against the floral-patterned wallpaper, and the whispers grew clearer. You shouldn't be here. His breath hitched. The voice was familiar, too familiar. It sounded like his father. But that was impossible. His father had died 5 years ago. A cold draft brushed his neck, and he spun around. The hallway was empty, but the whispers continued, now overlapping. Men, women, children, all speaking in hushed, frantic tones. Leave before it's too late. They're watching you. The basement. Don't go to the basement. Daniel stumbled back, heart racing. The house was alive with voices of the dead. Determined to uncover the truth, he returned to the study. The journal had fallen open to a page, detailing a family ritual one performed every generation to preserve the Blackwood legacy. The instructions were cryptic, but one phrase stood out. The roots must be fed. Beneath the desk, his fingers brushed against a hidden latch. A trapdoor. The whispers erupted into panicked screams as he pulled it open, revealing a set of stone stairs descending into darkness. Something down there stirred, and it was hungry. The buried truth. The air in the basement was thick with the scent of damp earth. And something far worse, rotting flesh. Daniel's flashlight flickered as he descended, the stairs groaning under his weight. At the bottom, the beam of light revealed a horrifying sight. Dozens of coffins, stacked haphazardly against the walls. None were buried. All were open, and they were all empty. A cold realization settled over him. The journal's words echoed in his mind. We do not bury our dead. We hide them. But where were the bodies? His light caught something on the far wall. Names carved into the stone. Generations of Blackwoods, each with a date of death, and a second date, written in red. Rebirth. A rustling came from the shadows. Daniel swung the flashlight just in time to see a figure dart behind a pillar. Too fast to be human. Who's there? His voice trembled. No answer. Only the sound of ragged breathing. Close, too close. Then, a hand clamped over his mouth from behind. Quiet. A voice hissed in his ear. They'll hear you. Daniel turned to see a gaunt, wild-eyed man, his uncle, Thomas, who had supposedly died a decade ago. You're alive? Daniel gasped. Thomas's grip tightened. No, none of us are. And if you don't leave now, You won't be either. Before Daniel could respond, a guttural growl echoed through the basement. The coffins began to rattle. Something was coming, and it remembered its name. The Blood Covenant. Thomas dragged Daniel behind a crumbling pillar just as the first of them emerged from the darkness. Pale, skeletal figures with hollow eyes and jagged teeth shambled forward. Their movements jerky yet deliberate. They were Blackwoods, all of them, but not as they had been in life. "What are they?" Daniel whispered. "The price of immortality," Thomas muttered. "Grandfather made a deal long ago. Our family would never truly die. But we don't stay human, either." The journal's words made sense now. The roots must be fed. The Blackwood family tree was literal. Every generation, a new heir was chosen to feed. The roots, to sacrifice outsiders to keep. The family's curse alive. Those who refused became like the creatures now hunting them. Dad knew, Daniel realized. That's why he left. Thomas nodded grimly. And that's why they killed him. A scream tore through the basement as one of the creatures lunged. Thomas shoved Daniel aside, but the thing sank its teeth into Thomas's arm. "Run!" Thomas roared. Daniel bolted for the stairs as the basement erupted into chaos. Behind him, Thomas fought, but the creatures were too many. At the top, Daniel slammed the trapdoor shut, just as something slammed against it from below. Panting, he stumbled back. The journal lay where he'd dropped it. Open to the final page, a ritual of severance. A way to end the curse. But it required a Blackwood's blood. And now, the house knew his name. The last Blackwood. The walls trembled as the creatures clawed at the trapdoor. Daniel had minutes, maybe seconds, before they broke through. The ritual was simple but horrifying. Burn the roots. Spill the blood. Speak the words. The roots were in the family crypt beneath the manor, a twisted, pulsating mass of veins that fed on the dead. Daniel grabbed a fireplace poker and sprinted to the crypt. The moment he stepped inside, the roots twitched, sensing his presence. With a deep breath, he struck. The roots shrieked, a sound like 1,000 dying voices. Black ooze sprayed as he hacked at them, but they fought back, lashing like serpents. One wrapped around his ankle, pulling him down. Gritting his teeth, he slashed his palm and let the blood drip onto the roots. "By my blood, I break the chain," he shouted. The manor shuddered. The roots withered, turning to ash. Somewhere in the house, a chorus of screams erupted, then silence. The curse was broken. Exhausted, Daniel collapsed. When he awoke, the house was normal, just an old, empty mansion. No whispers, no creatures. But as he stepped outside, he noticed something in his pocket, a new note. In handwriting he didn't recognize. "The Blackwood bloodline ends with you. But the dark remembers. And it waits." The wind howled as Daniel walked away, the gates creaking shut behind him. Some secrets are better left buried. But they never stay that way for long. The end. What would you have done in Daniel's place? Would you have uncovered the truth? Or left the past buried? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this chilling tale of dark family secrets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more terrifying stories. Until next time, sleep with one eye open.